Goodbye, Jala.
No. ¿Quieres amor o consigue un perro? ¿Qué? Ya no tengo a mi voz interior. Nueva receta. Oh, mi hermana está acá.
I'm glad you two have made up.
We were ordered to.
Now that's exactly the sort of comment your grandmother will pounce on. I'm asking you to be on your best behavior. Can you both please do this for me?
Bhakti's our grandmother. Can't we just be ourselves?
For once, I agree with Jala. The world must be ending.
This is not the time for this discussion, girls.
Why not?
Okay.
Because she's here.
La abuela.
My three favorite girls, all gathered in this cozy little kitchen. Have you missed me, darlings?
It's so good to see you, Amma. You must be hungry after your long flight.
I could eat.
How about I make parathas for lunch, Amma?
You've been telling me how much Jala's improved her cooking. How about you show us what you've learned from your mother, Jala?
But, Amma...
Don't tell me you don't even trust her to make parathas, Rukmini. What do you say, Jala?
Mom's been really patient with me. I'm sure I can manage parathas.
Well, you have confidence at least. I hope you're not going to disappoint us.
Of course she can make parathas, Ma.
I'm so glad I came home for this. It's not uncomfortable at all.
Stop making silly jokes, Aruni. Bhakti might misunderstand your strange sense of humor.
Oh no, I understand it perfectly.
Do not embarrass me, Jala.
What are you mumbling over there?
I was just asking if Jala washed her hands.
A grown woman like her. You need to ask. Surely you know to always wash your hands before you cook, Jala.
Of course I do. I'm an American, not a heathen.
See, Rukmini, you have to stop babying your children. How will they develop any independence?
Yes, Ma. Very good. Whisk the flour and salt together.
You should sift first, or it'll be lumpy.
Yes, Bhakti.
Such an obedient child. Your mother had such a smart mouth at your age.
Jala? Obedient. Sure, yeah. That's my little sis. Never put a foot outside the bounds.
I see who did inherit your smart mouth, Rukmini.
Just sieve the flour, Jala.
So, Aruni, you're following in your mother's footsteps and marrying a foreigner.
His name is Ahmed.
Did I say something wrong? It's just a fact. He's not Indian.
Well, technically, neither am I. My dad's Sri Lankan and my passport's American.
Not Indian. And you, Jala? You're also an American?
What does it matter if Aruni doesn't consider herself entirely Indian?
What does it matter? It's time to whisk the ingredients, Jala. What are you standing around for?
Listo.
I warned you, Rukmini. If you take these girls to America, they'll be rootless. Thousands of years of history and culture reduced to Bollywood movies and pretty outfits.
I don't even like Bollywood movies.
They barely even speak Tamil. My God, the poetry you've stolen from them.
She tried to teach us, didn't she, Aruni?
I'm staying out of it.
She did, though. We just didn't want to learn back then.
You're telling me my daughter, a teacher by profession, failed to engage you in learning your... And it's not her fault?
Told you to stay out of it.
Girls, please. We used to stay up so many nights, drinking endless cups of tea and quoting poetry to each other. Didn't you want to have that with your own daughters? Don't tell me you don't grieve the loss of it.
Time to incorporate the oil into the flour, Jala.
Huh. You haven't changed at all. Fine. Avoid the question.
The technique's important here, so be careful. Looks good, Jala.
Looks good. This shoddy job. Do it again, Jala, and pay attention this time.
This is how I always do it, and it turns out fine.
Fine. Is that really enough for you in life? To be just fine? Average? Unremarkable? Well, I love you enough to expect more from you.
No voy a llegar a las 3
again.
estrellas. Estoy bien
Properly this
abajo.
time.
Now we wait for the dough to rest.
No. You just stand there. I'll teach Jala the proper way to make paratas.
I'm just really clumsy this morning, but
I'm just really clumsy this morning. Blah.
What was that, Aruni?
Nothing, Ma.
Throw that dough away. We're starting again. Go wash your hands again. Come back with a fresh mind.
That'll take more than a hand wash.
Thanks, Aruni. What a helpful remark.
It's just sisters bickering. What are you fussing about?
Ok. Sí voy a llegar a las 3 estrellas.
Very good.
What's this I hear about you taking a sabbatical year before college, Jala? How you can take a sabbatical before you even begin, I don't know. Have you started applying for the new semester?
I'm not really sure if it's for me, Bati.
You really shouldn't delay your education. Wait, sorry. Did I hear that correctly? You're not sure if you're going to college? What is going on here, Rukmini?
It's an ongoing discussion.
You've been lying to me. Clearly, everything is not fine in your house. Your mother is an educator and you're not going to college? This is just a slap in the face.
Time to sift the flour.
Your daughter is throwing away her future and you want to talk about flour? This is really parenting, Minnie. Well, what can I say to that? Sift! Sift, Jala! Do you even know what I had to sacrifice to get an education myself? To get my daughter educated? She could have done her post-graduation, done a PhD, used that brilliant mind of hers. Instead, she threw it all away to marry that man and become a teacher here in this backwater American town.
That man is my dad. And what's wrong with being a teacher?
Nothing, if that's the highest you can reach. You don't even know how smart your mother is. What a waste of her all this is.
I made my decision a long time ago, Amma. And believe it or not, I'm happy.
Do you have any other choice but to pretend to be happy? Add more salt, Jala. You're being too tentative.
Voy a llegar a las 3
you that
estrellas.
your daughter would one day make you cry the same bitter tears you made me cry.
It's not the same thing.
Don't tell me you approve of this I'm not going to college nonsense.
Of course I don't.
Amma, didn't we talk about this?
So my opinion doesn't matter? I'm your grandmother. My blood runs in your veins. You don't even think you owe me an explanation. Go get some yogurt, Jala. It makes the dough softer.
I don't do that anymore, Amma.
Fine, just mix it as it is. Who cares how it turns out? You've obviously given up on teaching your children anything.
Aruni, Jala, do not say a word. Jala, mix the ingredients. It's nearly lunchtime and there's still a lot left to do.
No, forget about lunch. Forget the parathas. None of this is about the goddamn paratha. Pati, you just want to find fault with everything Mom does, and you're taking it out on Jala.
Is this how you've taught your children to speak to their elders?
Aruni, be quiet.
Aruni's right. Pati, you're not being fair.
Oh, so now I'm to be judged by a child.
¿Qué está pasando aquí?
No, Ma. I told you to be quiet. Both of you.
We're standing up for you, Ma.
What have you been telling these girls? That they think I'm so terrifying? You need protection from me, is that it?
I don't know what's gotten into them. They're not usually like this.
You're the one who's completely different whenever Pati's around.
Oh, I understand. You're all just one big, happy family. I'm the outsider. Is that it?
How could you be an outsider here, Amma? Aruni's just stressed about the wedding. Don't take it to heart.
This isn't Aruni's fault.
Don't get in the way of Mom throwing me under the bus, Jala.
Clearly, I'm the villain ruining this cozy domestic scene.
Amma, no, please don't.
You want to make me the villain? Fine, I'll be your villain. I was born to play that role.
¿Qué pasa aquí? No entiendo. ¿A dónde va? ¿A dónde va? Y no conseguí mis 3 estrellas, sería bueno. Tengo que llegar hasta allá. ¡No! ¡No, shit! ¡Me caigo! Debí ensayar esto. Oye. Oh, no practiqué. ¡No llego! Sí, sí, sí. Autopatinar, 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 autopatinar. Yeah, gracias. El control es muy raro, ¿ok? ¿Por qué no hay también autopelear, eh?
Look around, Jala. I exploded this domestic dream because I want to wake you up.
¿Quién es esa gente que está cayendo?
Don't you dare sleepwalk into this life.
Comenzar.
Your sister. She's a lovely girl, but mediocre, just like your father. No ambition. But you, Jala, I see myself in you, just like I saw myself in your mother. I failed her. I'm not going to watch her make the same mistakes with you.
My mom's happy. How can you call that a mistake?
Perhaps you should consider that with age comes wisdom. I can see how this little story plays out for you. I've seen it so many times before. Don't misunderstand, Petty. I'm not doing this to be cruel. I just want you to fulfill your potential.
¿En serio?
You have fire, Jala. People like us, we need to be pushed. We need to be tempered. We were born to burn.
Ok. ¿Y qué hago? ¿Ataco? No sé qué hacer. Le hace efecto esto. ¡Sí me gasté! entiendo. ¿Qué ocurre? ¿No funciona? No entiendo.
Men can make mistakes, but every choice we make, there's a price to pay. You have to bargain with the world for what you want. So what do you want, Jana? Really?
Pero, si lanzo otra habilidad, no funciona. No entiendo, ¿me tengo que morir?
You think I sent you those
Es nivel
suitors
30,
because
tenía
I
que
wanted
levelear.
you to choose those dimwits and fools? Not one of them is worthy of my grand.
Then what was the point? They've been ambushing me all over town.
I just wanted to show you I cared. That I was thinking of test you a little. Glad you rejected them. You're selfish, just like me, Jad. Selfish isn't the worst thing for a woman to be in a world where we're raised to lose these roles of wife, mother. They'll consume you if you're not careful. Just look at Rukmini. Don't you want more?
Me voy a morir. ¿Tengo que morir?
Don't you understand? We're not safe.
¿Sí tenía que morir? ¿No estoy? ¿Dice mi papá?
What's wrong, Jala Banana? You look worried.
No puedo ganar.
She's too strong. I can't find a single weakness.
It's all right to need a little help from the people who love you, you know.
Okay.
You're not alone. And it's not just yourself that you're standing up for, right? Don't underestimate.
Look, I hate to say this, but I'm proud of you.
I caused house-exploding drama just before your wedding. I thought you'd be pissed.
Some drama's necessary. Like, so, get back up there, and don't you dare back down.
Remember, hydrate and lift with your legs.
I'm trying to get through to my grandmother emotionally, not bench press her.
You'll have better luck with the bench press.
Thanks, Auntie C. I love how I...
You're welcome.
Ya, pero
She
¿tengo que
loves
hablar
you,
con
Jala.
todos o me puedo ir nomás?
You're not alone, Jala. Our family, our heritage, their roots.
My grandmother is the sweetest, kindest woman you could ever imagine. But that's probably a story for another time. Family's complicated, huh?
Jala, I'm cheering for you. I hope I grow up to be your grandma.
The women in your family, they're all...
You know, I never thought I'd leave India before I met your father.
Do you think you should have stayed? Is coming to America what you really...
It's hard to see anything else but the life I have now. I stopped imagining other lives a long time ago.
Isn't it better to focus on what it...
Maybe. That's why sometimes what my mother says is, don't do this, Jala. Don't fight her. You won't win.
I've never seen you back down from a confrontation before.
You're like me, Jala. People make less sense to me the more I love them. Sometimes I think you're just like me. You'll only get hurt if you go back up there, Jala. Just give it up.
I'm not gonna be afraid of getting hurt anymore, Amma. Some fights are worth it, even if you know you can't win.
Ok. Cuando vuelva ya voy a poder bajarle. ¿Qué me pasa? ¿Quién es esta? ¿Por qué estoy vestida así? Comenzar.
Well, this is certainly a nightmare of intergenerational trauma from which we devoutly wish to wake.
Tyler? What are you doing here?
What do you think? I'm here to help you, dummy.
¿Está en mi cabeza?
We were having a fight over paratas, but not really paratas. And then the house exploded, and now this!
Yeah, it's a lot. But now you have me. No fear, okay?
Maybe a few fears.
Creía que es débil.
You favored Aruni as a kid because she was fair. And you dropped her when I started doing well at school.
I pick winners, Jala. That's how we survive.
Ok. ¿Qué? Ah. ¿Por qué tiene evasión? No entiendo. ¿Por qué no tengo evasión? ¿Qué es eso?
If you keep running from pain, you will lose.
Okay.
Ooh, I finally get a chance to do one of the. As other grandparents succumb to the ravages of age, Pati does yoga every morning. Has all her. I've always suspected Pati absorbs life force from the.
So what? You're recommend?
Yeah, metaphorically.
Are you mumbling to yourself, Jala? Didn't your mother teach you any manners? When an elder speaks, you should listen.
No sé qué hacer. Creo que voy a morir otra vez.
I could really use Mom's help right now. She's always mediated.
I know, but you and me, we've got this.
Right. My mom isn't the one who doesn't understand me.
Ok, no era eso. Me voy a morir.
Mine, but you'll.
No.
Your love isn't
¡No bajo nada! Ah. ¿Por qué está en nivel 35 ahora?
Is being happy
Entiendo.
or.
¿Y ahora qué hago?
Auntie!
You resent me. All I want to do.
¿Qué hago? No lo puedo esquivar. Entiendo. ¿Puedo atacar siquiera?
I really thought your mother would come to rescue you by now.
You and me both. You've never said a word about me being queer. That you're just pretending a huge part of.
¿Qué ocurre?
Wow, I really come from good genes. I bet you still have suitors.
I mean, it's a nuisance, really.
No bajo nada. Está curando.
Love isn't handing out.
Eso no tiene sentido.
It's all.
Ayer.
Your grandma can really stand up for herself. Just like you, sweetie.
O sea, me da la oportunidad
You think brilliant women
de
are
regresar el
happy
día
ones?
anterior para
Oh,
levelear.
Jala.
Pienso levelear.
Don't
Ya
be
si no lo
so-
puedo hacer, ya se quedará hasta aquí. No entiendo de qué sirve bloquear si le baja un montón de vida.
Shattered.
If I'm so special, I guess Mom didn't.
Do you think I was? No. My husband was a self-important. I'm supposed to be sad and lonely now he's dead. But I'm not. I'm relieved.
Did you ever love him?
You want love? Can there truly be love without equality? My husband thought he was the
It's hard to imagine Pati, but that was the reality for a lot of our grandmas and great-grandmas and great-great-grandmas from every culture.
So you see, Jala, I'm being pragmatic. They don't call it the marriage market for nothing. It's a transaction. Pick a man to take you places, or work 10 times harder to get yourself there instead. What you can't do, my girl, is what you have been doing, and that's neither.
Okay.
The last time you were near a Kanchipuram sari, you peed all over it.
I was a newborn. And what were you doing changing my nappies in a silk sari anyway?
When I went to work, I had 2 saris, just 2. I'd wear one and wash one. You have no idea the sacrifices I've made. You think you can pretend your way into the world as you think it should be?
Mom would be
Okay.
happier if she never spoke.
I don't see any.
Ay, no entiendo. Ya me moría.
Your sister's just average. The spirit of Timber Hills!
Bajé vida. No, nada.
Have you ever thought that maybe you're struggling?
Well, what are you saying?
I'm saying that part of yourself you feel is missing. Come back home to India with me, Jala. Restore what was stolen.
But I've lived here as long as I can remember. My friend.
People transform their lives all the time, Jala. Isn't that what you try? Of course, it's daunting to try something new. But
What would I even do in India?
you'll never know until I understand you, Jala. You'll spend your whole life proving you're half as good to a society which will never acknowledge.
Que pensaba que está abuela. No la entiendo. Y no entiendo el gameplay tampoco. Ay, no tengo puntos. Necesito curarme. No tengo cura.
Your mother abandoned her academics to run off for love. What's the point of idealism if you don't have the power to change anything?
Oh, genial.
Dia!
Sometimes speaking across the generation gap is like
Bet you wish you were in a different universe right now.
Seriously.
it's time someone taught. Let's settle this like grown women.
Uh-oh.
Our word.
No tengo nada.
Do you know how hard I had to fight for my and now your family wants you to go to college, but you throw away the chance?
I get it. The world was unfair to you. But that doesn't mean it's right for you to live out your ambition.
You disrespectful, ungrateful, selfish little a teacher's daughter speaking like this. I knew Rukmini failed in her profession, but looks like she failed as a
Don't say that about her. Oh, Sergio!
Qué feo.
You think you're an American? You'll always be a second-class citizen here.
Just say you miss me, Patti. This isn't about me being American. This is about you feeling left behind.
Ah! You live in this place which feasts on stolen riches and think you're different from these colonizers. Ha! You're even worse, because you've turned your back on your own.
I am not seduced by the materialist comforts of the imperial court.
Mira que le lanzo. ¿Funcionará? A ver. Tengo que... No hago nada. Creo que me voy a subir vida.
I can accept it if you don't want to get married, Jala. Children are a roll of the dice, thrown into our collective future, a way to keep playing long after you're gone. Don't you believe in the future, Jala?
You're the one who said being a wife and mother isn't everything. Don't you believe in yourself, Patti?
What will the world come to if intelligent women like us don't have children?
Eugenics much?
Don't you think your mother knows the reason you don't want children is because she failed you as a parent?
I'm not refusing to have children to hurt Mom.
But you know you're hurting her. You're breaking her heart.
Esto vida, 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 vida.
You think you're protecting your mother from me? I'm hard on her because I love her. You don't even know her.
You have Mom turning herself inside out for your approval. You made that empty place in her soul, and you dangle the promise if only she dances to your tune. I'm sorry for whatever made you this way, but I am done with your
You have no idea the sacrifices I made for her.
Esto vida, vida, vida.
You want the truth, Patti?
Jala, maybe you should calm down.
No, it's time someone actually stood up to her. You know what, Patti? I hate you. You.
What?
I hate the way you talk to Mom. How you look down on Dad. How you dismiss Aruni. You're cruel. You passed that cruelty to Amma. And it's in me, too. I always know exactly how to cut someone down. Make them smaller. I'm so good at hurting people. It's like there's this monster inside me trying to claw its way out. And you put it there. You made love something I was terrified of. I hate how much power you have over me. Over Mom. Oh, stop it.
Did you feel that?
I hate that I love you, Patti. I hate that I can't stop. You came here and you turned our family into a battle. This isn't a battlefield. It's my home, not yours.
You? How
Jala Jaratne, it's time to call your mother.
¿En serio? Oh.
Mom!
¡Ay, abracito! El poder de la amistad. No, el poder de la familia. Reconciliarse. Me gusta este juego, ¿ok? Me gusta el arte, la dinámica. El papá.
My girls
Solo
aren't a
que es
chance to
muy-
rewrite the
no sé.
past.
Me gustan las novelas
They're new
visuales también.
beginnings, Amma.
Pero hablan demasiado de las relaciones. Es como que... ¡Ay, qué cansado! No sé. Nah. Es lo único que no me ha gustado del juego.
We need to let them write their own stories.
Yes. I
Es como que
understand.
se soluciona así y ya está. El poder de la amistad es eso.
I'll leave after the wedding.
Es como que te
You won't
perdono.
have to see me again.
Fin.
Amma, no, that's not what we want.
Ah, it's all right. I don't have long left to live. No need to come home for my death rites. You're all busy, and you're holding too much resentment in your hearts. I understand.
You're part of our family, Patti. We love you.
And it's never too late to change.
Change. I'm an old woman, Betty. I'm set in my ways.
Come on, Ma. You'll outlive all of us.
Well, the doctor did say I have the spinal health of a 30-year-old. I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to think about many things.
¡Yay! ¡Gané! Hola. Ahí están todos.
You're not wrong, Amma. My life would be so much easier if I'd married a man you picked out for me, walked along the path you cleared. It would have been easier.
But so much less fun.
So, Arvind, you've been retired from the pharmacy for what? 3-4 years now? No regrets?
None. I have so much more time for birding. I even built a little hide in the backyard.
He's a bird watcher, Amma.
No, Minnie, I don't just watch them. I listen too. That's why we prefer the term birding, as I've told you before.
Like I said, he's a bird watcher.
Do the birds need to be watched?
It's a thing you do for fun, Bhakti, like stamp collecting or train spotting.
What an interesting idea of fun you have here in America.
I want to make it clear that I do not bird, despite Irvin's best efforts.
The things I could tell you about the yellow-rumped warbler, not to mention the cedar waxwing.
Arvind, not all of us share your obsessions. Amma's still jet-lagged. She'll fall asleep at this rate.
Oh, sorry, I get carried away. It's a passion of mine, you know.
No, it's okay. Tell me about it.
You... Really?
Yes, really. Now, come on. What in God's name is a yellow-rumped warbler?
Qué incómodo.
Your grandmother is actually having a civil conversation with your father. The age of miracles is upon.
Do you really think it'll last?
Let's hope it lasts until your wedding, at least.
You know, I'm starting to think that Ahmed is a figment of your imagination.
Thanks, Jala. He actually is. He's picking up his parents at the airport. You'll get to meet him later. Please don't be weird.
I hate to ruin a lovely occasion with sincerity, but I'm I mean, the state of your triceps and lats are a constant source of shame to me, but...
I'm glad you came back to town, Jala. I have to admit, I never thought we'd actually be friends.
I'm glad we're friends too, just for the record.
Right? It's weird, isn't it? Emotional maturity. I'm proud of us.
Can you at least buy me a drink before you get all...
I mean it.
I know you do.
I'll always be your friend, Jala. Whenever you need me.
Ok. ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Quién es este? Ah, la hermana. Ok. ¿Por qué está el oso aquí?
Slow tonight, isn't it? Yes, Ms. Jayaratna. What will it be? I'll set them up.
Are you the bartender from The Shining now? Am I gonna wake up to Cece and Aisha standing in my hallway? Come skate with us.
No need to be so combative. There would be no
No sé ni cómo le ganamos
if you
al
were
oso.
simply on mine.
Ni cómo destruimos el culto, pero ya
Join
bueno.
us. You would help us elevate our mission, shape the future. We both know you're the best skater from Timber Hills to Portland, Oregon. Maybe even Portland, Maine.
Don't you get it? It's not gonna happen. In fact, I'm never gonna give up on running you out of here, so...
Soon enough you'll see.
Okay.
You will, but wouldn't
Okay,
it
Kaya.
be... Don't answer now.
Ok.
Think.
Look, I'm here, but let's not make a big thing of it, okay? I'm still reserving judgment.
I was sure you'd say you were here for Tyler's sake, not mine.
Tyler can look after herself. I think it's best if we try to have an...
That would make a change. Wait.
It's fine. Just about. Here's to putting the unfortunate past behind.
Ok, ¿qué es esta imagen que me están saliendo?
I'm really not that stuck-up, confused, yearning little girl I was. I've been through the fire, Jala, and I've come out stronger. I just don't want you to regret passing all of this.
Do you really think we could actually make it work without the power?
Oh, but and we both know who'd come out. Oh, Jala, just think about it, okay? If you just give me a chance.
Ah, todos aún quieren conmigo. Ok.
Look, I know I said, but this time we've spent. You're the one,
Yeah, okay.
Jala. What I feel for you?
Why are you so fixated on these outdated concepts? I don't believe in it.
But you do believe in. You know what? It does. I can imagine our future.
La verdad no veo a Yala con ninguno. Con Tyler de repente.
What
pero-
are you looking at me like that for?
Nah.
Please don't tell me of some kind of dramatic announcement.
I've had enough dramatic announcements to last a lifetime. I yearn for.
In this room, there's more chance of a riot.
At least it won't be boring.
The opposite of messy isn't boring, Chala.
Do you have any idea where we.
That's one thing I promised myself. You are no longer part of my future. I was so fixated on you and me that I like my job, I like my friends, I like being single. There's so much more space in my life when you're not. I'm willing to let you back in, but it'll be different than it.
Tyler.
I don't mean that in a bad way. Let's just.
¡Qué feo! Del mundo onírico, ahí se van a ver. Ya está listo, yo hablé con todos, yo me voy.